Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with the neglect bins that we are trying to migrate and harvest. So this is the the European bin. And these are the finished castings that are in the back. They probably need a little bit of moisture. I'll probably add that today. But this is where we fed last week. We've been feeding kind of aggressively to try to see if we can get the worms migrated over. So I wanted to see what type of action we have in here. And underneath this bedding I have, it is nice and moist, I can see. And I see some mites right away. Actually, I'll zoom in to show you what that looks like. Those little red bugs are mites, and that is a potworm. But I am noticing all those mites, which is not a problem, but it's just something to keep an eye on. It looks like a fruit fly, some fruit fly larvae as well. We'll keep an eye on it, but for now it's not a problem. I'm not seeing any fruit flies. But it's interesting that we have this potworm down here as well. Now I lost him. I don't know where he went, but the worms are healthy that are in here. And let's see how they're doing on the feeding. Could have a abundance of these bugs because of the heavy feeding. It's kind of hard to know for sure. Sorry, I keep getting my gloves in the way. But I can see these Euros are actually gaining their size back. And that was what I was hoping. I wasn't sure if that was going to happen. They had been neglected and they had definitely gotten smaller, but it appears that things are getting much better in here. And we had fed a large feeding last week in the middle here. And I wanted to see if they had finished it. And I'm not seeing any food right there. But I'm seeing tons of worms in the area, which is exactly what we want to see. So these worms were ultra hungry, and I think these heavy feedings have been good for them. Absolutely been good for them. And so for that reason, I'm really not worried about the bugs, because as long as the worms are looking healthy, I don't think the bugs will be a problem. It'll all even out in time. But, you know, anytime people see all these bugs, they get a little bit worried. But I want to remind you guys that the bugs have no interest in leaving the bin, because this is exactly the type of environment that they want to live in. So I will link my blog post on maintaining a healthy bin and controlling bug populations, just so you guys can see kind of the rationale I have for that. But I'm thrilled. The worms are getting larger and the bin is looking nice and healthy. There's a little bit of food left back here, some of these bell pepper scraps and things like that, but it's looking really, really good. So I will not complain. There's another larva of some sort. Sorry, but I gotta squish it. But all in all, it looks really, really good. I will feed this again. I'll probably do it off camera because I'm taking so long to look through here. I don't want this to get too long. But all in all, this is looking fantastic. The Euros are getting big again. They're migrating over. So I will give them another large feeding and we'll follow up next week. But very, very encouraging. So I will not complain. So let's take a look at the blue worms, and after the video, I will definitely get these guys fed up. All right, so here's our blue worms. I'm gonna do the same thing. Pull back this extra bedding I have. The castings, again, look really nice. A little on the dry side, but they'll actually be perfect for sifting. I'll probably start sifting next week some of the finished compost, as long as it's primarily worm-free. But not seeing any mites over here, which is interesting. But let's see what we have worm-wise down in here. It's a little bit warm in here, which is just a sign of the decomposition that's going on. But I mean, check that out. They're all throughout. You can see those black pieces. Those are all finished castings. So it's exactly what we want to see. These guys are also getting a little bit larger. So all of that is encouraging that even when neglected, once you pick back up, the worms start to do real well again. There's a cocoon right there by my thumb. These are some baby worms, so we're definitely getting some cocoons hatching as well. But all throughout here, the worms are working and all of the food is completely gone. So I'm gonna get both of these bins fed up today. As I said, I'll do that off camera. I'm just gonna feed similarly to what I have been, just whole scraps, you know, banana peels, orange peels, all of that type of stuff. And then we'll come back next week and I think we will start harvesting some of the castings from the back. It'll clear up some more space for us to continue feeding up front here, and hopefully most of the worms will have moved over. So quick little update today, but I just wanted to show you guys how it was coming along, show you guys how the worms were doing. They're looking ultra healthy. So I think this experiment has been a major success, and I definitely think they're doing what they should as far as migration. This worm here looks like it is definitely a European nightcrawler, so that's interesting. I don't know how he got over here, but I'm gonna knock him into the other bin because that's where he belongs. But looking absolutely fantastic. I will not complain at all. So we'll come back next week, take a look at these guys, see how they're coming along, and we'll start some harvesting of our neglect bin, you know, almost 4 months later now. So I think I'm gonna call it a day. So let me know what you think, guys. Drop those comments below. Like this video, subscribe if you'd like some more content from me. Always check out my description below for resources and information on how I run my systems. And I will talk to you guys real soon. Have a great day.